Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This time we're going to be talking about the Razor HD. This is the 4.5 to 27 by 56 millimeters. Every time you go to the range, it will be rare if you don't see any Vortex products by any of the users. From the beginning, the Vortex company, since they started offering the VIP warranty, they put them among the first place and start competing against the well-known established brands producing rifle scope. Such a warranty, the so-called VIP warranty, they will never ask you to file any kind of paperwork, any kind of questionnaire, any kind of registration. They will only ask you to send the the destroy a rifle scope or whatever product you bought from them, and they will replace it for a brand new one in the box. Vortex rifle scope had always been placed among the last 5 finalists for every serious PRS competition, as well as extreme long range shooting. And I think the NRL the kind of competition, they also like the Vortex Razor rifle scope. The Vortex Razor HD is also being extensively used by military forces. It began the Crimea War, that's what the sniper were issued. And it's also used by professional shooters at a lot of police agencies. The colors that this rifle scope is going to be available is going to be like this burn bronze, burn brown is proprietary exclusively only for Vortex that I love. The magnification is going to start at 4.5, and then you will be able to crank it up to 27x. I only use it mostly about 17, 18, occasionally 20, and mostly 27 magnification when I'm running a gunpowder test for reloading, etc., or I'm really verifying IDing a target downrange or something like that. But it's never, you really don't have to crank it up to 27. I rarely use 27, generally speaking. It has the reticle on the first focal plane, so you don't have to be switching your magnification all the way to the maximum in order to take your final shot. You take the shot at the magnification, whatever magnification, as low as you know the right doping, or you're going to be using the correct holdovers. The tube diameter is going to be a 34 millimeter, which is the most common for the majority of the precision rifle. You don't have to go crazy about buying any 35 or any other that are not so common on the market. The illumination knob is going to be on the other side. You have to use the locking mechanism. You have to pop it out. Otherwise, you won't be able to do any kind of adjustment. I'll see if I can get on the camera. You have to pull it outside, and you're going to have up to 11 levels of illumination. In between, you're going to have the off. If you let it on after 8 hours, I believe, it's going to be out of battery. I have already completely used all the batteries because I let them, not me, but other friends that they were playing with it, they let them, the scope illumination, they let it on, and then when I check next time, the battery was off. Make sure you always keep it on the off position after you check it, or you use it at the range, or you were taking your night or low light situation engagement. The battery that it's going to be using is going to be the CR2032, which is like a coin. It is very common. You can get it at every warehouse or every gas station, anywhere. The accessories is what I really love about Vortex. They make the best, in my opinion, lens cover. This one, you can fold them all the way back, so it's not going to be covering your field of view in the front. And the rear one, they also fold over the scope body, and you will be able to see the turret adjustment without having to move your eye from the field of view, from your position on your stock. You don't have to move your position on your stock in order to be able to see either the level or the adjustment that you already made, just to confirm. The other accessories, you also have to buy the throw lever. Some people like this one, some people replace them from other. I like this one because they're kind of hollow, and you can see the adjustments on the front without having to tilt your head either side. You can also get the level from Vortex. These are the cheapest ones when compared to others. And I really use them on other rifles, because regardless of the brand, you can always have your Frankenstein. It is your rifle. You will configure it at your will. Your rings, as long as they are 34, 35, 30, As long as they are compatible, they will work with any other rifle scope. Vortex and Seekins, which is another firearm producer, they use the same rings. They both are excellent Seekins weaponry. They are really good quality. I would recommend them to you, but now stick to Vortex. On the back, you're gonna have the fast focus adjustment ring. This is when you're gonna be adjusting your reticle for the sharpest image when you're zeroing your rifle. That's what you're gonna be playing with. And even when you switch from one user to another, you will see I need to wear glasses. Whoever uses my scope, they will always have to play with it because I have it adjusted for my sight. So different users, they will have to play with this. Is indispensable in case you're gonna be letting others using your rifle scope. The parallax adjustment is going to be on your left side. This is what you're going to be using when you're taking shots on the 100 yards, and then you switch to 300, you go back to 800, then you roll back to 500, and then you're switching all those ranges, and then you need to adjust exactly the quality of the image, not the reticle. This is for the image quality, so that you will be able to see the best your image, and that way estimate how is the wind playing downrange and compensate for the wind. The locking mechanism, let me see if I can get it on camera. The turrets on the top is gonna be, you're gonna have to lift it up in order to do any kind of adjustment. Otherwise, you won't be able. This is what the competitors, they love. Not only have a zero lock mechanism, but it's a locking mechanism before you do any kind of adjustment. The turrets are very tactile, audible, and repeatable. And they are really oversized. They are very grippy. Competitors, they really love them. When you return it to zero, you're gonna have a minus 0.5 in the case of the mil adjustment, the one I chose, just in case you're gonna have abrupt changes in your ambient conditions. Once you turn all the way for elevation, when you pass your first rotation, your 10, you're gonna see on the side how it's gonna come, this little pin is gonna stick out till you max your elevation. This was a 0 for a 308 rifle. I already have a 20 MOA. I have a 17 mils of elevation. That is way more than I would ever use for a 308. The maximum elevation you're gonna have on the total elevation on your turret is going to be, for mils, is gonna be 28.5. But if you pick the one with MOA adjustment, you're gonna have 71 MOA total on your turret. On the windage side, you're also gonna have to use disengage the zero lock mechanism. You're gonna have to pull it out and then do the corresponding adjustment. I really never use this one. I zero it, reset the zero inside, and I use holdover. I never mess with this one. But it's just the options for you out there so you can pick what you do with your rifle. The adjustment for the MOA, it will be a 0.5 of MOAs. The reticle that this one is going to be available, they have the EBR-7C, which is my favorite reticle by far. If you get used to work with the EBR-7C reticle, it won't take you long to transition to the military reticle produced by Horus Vision. I'm talking about the Horus H59 and the Tremor 3, that for some people it can be kind of busy or controversial. It was not difficult at all for me. Once you get used to the EBR-7C, the Tremor 3, it will be like a EBR-7C with some thick windage dots on the side, but they are very similar. The dislikes about this one, the thing that I think it could have been done a little bit better, it's obviously the elephant in the room, it's weight. When you compare this one to others on the market, it's going to be a 48.5 ounces. You're talking about over 2 pounds, just the scope. However, that's going to help you for long range shots. That's going to help you in reducing the recoil. And if you work out, 2 pounds is not something that is going to really take a toll on your life. These one were the ones that were assigned during the Crimea War. That's what the snipers were using. So do not hesitate about their sturdiness and their durability and repeatability of the turrets. If you ever see one that it's out there that even though it's being used or it's kind of scratched or something, do not hesitate, because Vortex, they will give you their lifetime warranty that is going to cover any total loss, any damage, anything that might go wrong with the scope, and they will replace it for a brand new one in case it won't be repairable. So have peace of mind that whenever you're buying a Vortex scope, you won't have any problem in the future with it. All right, friends, this is all I have to share with you for this time. Thank you so much for following, for subscribing. Don't forget to give it a like and share among like-minded people. You have a wonderful day and stay safe.